The most engaging, impactful, informative, and entertaining talk show ever. Get ready to hear the voices of many local, state, and national artists, musicians, comedians, pastors, athletes, and politicians. It's time for South Florida Live with Jeffrey Brown.
All right. Hey, y'all. Good evening. Hey, listen, come on in. I am so sorry that we ran a little late on the last episode. It was so good. Thank you for those that are coming on. Come on in. Please come on in. You don't want to miss tonight. We listen. We want to talk tonight. We got some things to talk about tonight. We got some things to talk about on tonight. And you do not want to miss it tonight. So come on in, please come on in and join us on tonight. This is the South Florida Live podcast. I'm your host, Jeffrey Brown. And y'all, as we said earlier, this is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. Listen, tonight's episode, what's going on? What's happening now? Let's tell the truth, but because the truth will set you free. Hey, listen, we got a lot to talk about tonight, y'all. The ladies are coming. They're coming. I think we got TaNika Bennett. She's getting ready to come in. Dr. Jackson, waiting for her. To come in. Oh, Dr. Jackson won't be with us tonight. Hey, listen. So it's me and TB tonight. We're gonna do this thing tonight. Hey, listen. She's somewhere there. I can't. Okay, there she goes. Hey, let's talk about this stuff. What's happening? What's happening now? Listen, we're gonna tell the truth because the truth will set you free. Truth will set you free. Hey, where you at?
Right here, trying to get in
She
the
out in
house.
them
You can
streets,
see me.
y'all.
No,
She
I
out in them
pulled up to the
streets.
house. I pulled up to the house. I'm trying to get in the house so you can see me because it's dark in here.
Okay, go ahead. You get in the house, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about what's going on. I'm gonna play some clips. Stay live. Hey, listen, y'all. Hey, there's some stuff going on, y'all. It's crazy. It is crazy out here. We got to be aware of what's happening. We got to be in tune with what's happening. While I'm waiting for TaNika to get situated, I'm gonna play some stuff for y'all. That y'all need to hear about. One, I'm gonna do this. Listen, write these dates down. Those that are viewing, write these dates down. Listen, those that are viewing by Facebook, come on, y'all. Go ahead and share with some people. Let them know that we're live. Good evening to everybody. But someone sent me this. We got to remember these dates. July the 22nd. Deadline to register or update party affiliation. August 10th, early voting begins. August 20, primary elections. Y'all circle those dates down, write those dates down because this is very important for us. Okay? So let's do this. I'm gonna leave that up for a minute for those that are viewing. Hey, those dates are very important. July the 22nd, deadline to register to vote or update your party affiliation. We need to take care of that. We need those that are not registered to vote. We need to make sure that we get them registered. We need to make sure we take care of that. We need to make sure we get them out to vote. Hey, y'all, come on. We got to make this thing happen. Thank you for those that are coming in. Appreciate you. say hello to me if you will. If you're out there, God bless you for joining us. But those that's joining us, please tag someone, let somebody know that the South Florida Live podcast is on, and we are talking about what's happening, what is happening, what is happening now. But we're going to tell the truth because the truth will set you free. Hey, listen, June 27th. That's the deadline, June 27th, guys. Come on, make sure you register to vote, and make sure you are early voters. Early voting begins August the 10th, and the primary is August the 20th. So let's do that. Let's take care of that. Those that are viewing, hey, listen, I need everybody before TaNika gets on, TB gets on, to listen to something that's very important. It really explains, really break down what's going on, what we need to be aware of. So take a listen to this.
So we all know that there is a presidential election coming up in 2024, but did you know all 435 seats will be up for election November 5th of 2024 for the U.S. House? And there will be 33 of 100 Senate seats up for elections November 5th, 2024. All of this will be happening at the same time as the presidential election, meaning if you're so focused on who is going to be the president and you're not focused on who's going to be supporting the president and his policies he's trying to get passed to benefit the things that you stand on, you're missing the point of the political process. Please research your candidates and their policies in your respective states so that you're not out here being foolish and only focusing on the presidential election. Because those who are in power of making laws need to make sure that they get to his desk to pass them. And if you don't have the support that the president needs in the legislative branch, you're going to be stuck. If it's up, then it's stuck. It's going to be stuck. Get it together. So we all know that there's a presidential election coming up.
Listen, we all know the presidential election coming up, and we know sometimes we get so caught up into that part of it until we forget about the local and the primary, the stuff that's going on locally. Listen, I need you guys to listen to this.
2024, but
To this young lady, this was very, very, very powerful. What she was saying. I'm gonna play it one more time. Those that are coming on, thank you for viewing us. I'm gonna play this, and please, y'all, listen to this. This is very helpful. Listen to this for me.
So we all know that there's a presidential election coming up in 2024, but did you know all 435 seats will be up for election November 5th of 2024 for the U.S. House? And there will be 33 of 100 Senate seats up for elections November 5th, 2024. All of this will be happening at the same time as the presidential election, meaning if you're so focused on who is going to be the president and you're not focused on who's going to be supporting the president and his policies he's trying to get passed to benefit the things that you stand on, you're missing the point of the political process. Please research your candidates and their policies in your respective states so that you're not out here being foolish and only focusing on the presidential election. Because those who are in power of making laws need to make sure that they get to his desk to pass them. And if you don't have the support that the president needs in the legislative branch, you're going to be stuck. If it's up, then it's stuck. It's going to be stuck. Get it together. So we all know.
There's a lot of seats up in the Senate, and we got to be aware of that, y'all. That I love that clip that someone sent me. I love that. This young lady really lays it out. She lays it down to a science, which I love. Once again, y'all, you get these dates right here. July 22nd, deadline to register. and update your party affiliation. August 10th, early voting begins, and August 20th, primary elections. So hey, that's for Florida primary election. Hey y'all, we got to take care of it. We got to do what we got to do. I'm gonna play this clip one more time because just for somebody that did not hear it, because it's more than just this presidential race election that's happening. It's a lot of seats that's up for grab in the Senate, and we need to be aware of that because we, like the young lady said, we got to make sure that we have people there that's going to be able to put the policies and the bills to on the desk to the president, and hopefully it's the right president that's going to favor just that's good, that's going to be favored the everybody, all the people, everyone in America, not just some people in America. I'm gonna play this clip one more time for those that missed it.
So we all know that there's a presidential election coming up in 2024, but did you know all 435 seats will be up for election November 5th of 2024 for the U.S. House? And there will be 33 of 100 Senate seats up for elections November 5th, 2024. All of this will be happening at the same time as the presidential election, meaning if you're so focused on who is going to be the president and you're not focused on who's going to be supporting the president and his policies he's trying to get passed to benefit the things that you stand on, you're missing the point of the political process.
Right.
Please research your candidates and their policies in your respective states so that you're not out here being foolish and only focusing on the presidential election. Because those who are in power of making laws need to make sure that they get to his desk to pass them. And if you don't have the support that the president needs in the legislative branch, you're going to be stuck. If it's up, then it's stuck. It's going to be stuck. Get it together. So we all
right, we got to get it together, y'all. We got to get it together. I'm waiting for TB to get herself gathered, set up over there. But yeah, we got to get it together because hey, if we don't, we're gonna be in a shamble. We're gonna be in a mess because this guy, that guy right there, would be in the White House, and trust me, it's not gonna be good at all. Yeah, I don't see you. So I got another clip that I want to play. I got another clip that I want to play. That this is a clip where we're getting caught up in the Joe Biden thing and missing out on a lot of stuff that's going on, and we're blind to what's happening, and to a lot of stuff that's going on. And I just want to play these clips again. There she go. Thank you, my sister. I played a clip earlier. I don't know if you're able to hear it.
I heard the whole thing. I've been
Okay.
at you, and you said you couldn't see me still.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I tried to go out and come back in, but it all worked out. Good evening, everyone.
Check your volume.
Take my volume. Okay. My volume loud.
Okay, it's loud now.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, 400 and something, 435 seats are up. And a lot of people like you've been saying, you've been saying it for a while that we have to make sure that we take care of our local stuff, our state stuff, to put people in the right place. And I love that. I love that clip. I love that because we have to make sure that we have people in place that represent that will represent us.
Right.
To the president. Hopefully, this my pastor preached Sunday about faith, hope, and love. He said, and out of three, the greatest of them is love, of course. But when he got to hope, he said we got to have hope that, in 4 months from now, that things work out for the good. And we definitely got to believe that. Um,
Well,
um,
faith without works is dead.
you know what,
We can
Tanika?
sit around
You
and
know
hope all
what?
we want to, but if we're not getting out there to vote, if
You
we're
know
not
what?
educating others, yeah.
I totally agree with that, and that's something I put something in our chat, in our group text, that someone tagged me, good brother of mine's, and I understand, and I got it, and he tagged me with this. I don't know if you saw it. He tagged me with that. Democracy is not a savior; it's a system that serves the savior. I get that. I understand that. I know we don't. Democracy is not, but democracy is something that if we lose it, it's going to affect us more, because if I'm not right, the 1619, that's when democracy was put in place for us, right? If I'm talking correctly.
1619, but okay. Yes and no. It was put in there, but we African Americans were not benefiting from it in 1619. But carry on, carry on.
But I mean, but it was in place basically to help us, to benefit us. Am I correct?
More or
In a
less.
way, yeah.
If you're saying in the
I'm
global way, sure.
Yeah,
But
yeah, not
there are certain population of us that didn't get those inalienable
right,
rights until
right.
a long time later. So
So
yeah.
what is your take on this right here? Because you said it,
Uh,
faith without works is dead.
yeah, I stand on that 10 toes down.
Yeah,
So I understand the concept of hope, but along with hope, you have to put something behind that hope. It's like if you have a dream, okay, have the dream, but you have to be doing something that make sure that the dream is actually executed.
right.
Otherwise, it's just a dream. You might as well go back to sleep. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean by that. Um, I find us uh at a crossroads in this moment in history because we're seeing things that have never happened before. So this is uncharted territory. Case in point, our Supreme Court unofficially making Trump a king, saying that nothing that he did during his presidency or possible presidency in the future he could be punished for. They completely eradicated the whole concept of the Congress. The whole point of Congress is to make sure there's checks and balances, meaning that the president just can't do whatever he like, whenever he like, or she like. Um, so that happened last week, and I'm still bothered by that, like
Yeah,
greatly,
I
because
mean, yeah, and
the ramifications of that, even if he does not become president, understand this, that will not be applicable to Joe Biden. We all know that.
yeah,
They did that simply for him, and they did that to exonerate him from the crimes he's already committed. Because January 6th is still something that has not been dealt with adequately, in my opinion.
right.
I mean, Stormy Daniels and the money or whatever, people been
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
that act is not new. It's the oldest
right,
profession in the book.
right.
That's all
That
I'm
that
saying to
that's
that.
nothing.
But that January 6th thing was real.
Yeah, it's the January 6th thing is real, and a lot of this stuff is real. And what burns my fire is, TV, is when people, when when I first came out talking about the 2020 project 2025, a lot of people,
Didn't know.
'cause you didn't
Listen,
know,
I'm so
and,
happy
and you were
people are
like, huh?
knowledgeable now.
Because you
I'm
were
so
like,
happy.
what? Project
I'm
20?
happy.
I have
Yep.
been talking. What? I started talking about that in February,
Yep.
and now
It's everywhere. It's
it's
everywhere.
everywhere. But I
Yeah.
was trying to make people aware. Oh, that can't happen. We didn't think affirmative action would be took away. We didn't think Roe versus Wade would be taken away. They got people in place, and I've been saying it for the longest. They have put the puzzle, they have put the pieces in place, and so we can't sit there and start divide. The only thing, what my issue is right now with the Democrats. Ooh, I'm getting a real serious echo from UT.
Getting it
My
from me.
only
I'm in the dining room all
I know,
alone.
I know, but your phone be echoing for some reason. I got to figure that one out. But for but for but for some reason, um, I don't like, and you can jump on this after, when I'm finished. T, that I feel with this, we're starting to get divided in this Democratic Party because you got a group saying Biden, you got a group saying no. This is not the time for that. This is not the time for that. The time now is for us to come together and unify. We don't need to give this guy any more ammunition or any rights or any to lose. We already was losing some folks. So now you bickering about if he did, is he in? What? How do you think, and what is your view on how that talk, that rhetoric that's going on is going to affect now the election?
I muted my mic so that I would not be echoing. So I hope that helped. Um, First of all, the Democratic Party has to decide and make a concise decision on what we're doing, because right now we look very chaotic and we look very disorganized. When you have half of the party saying it's time for Joe Biden to go, another half of the party saying let him stay, that is completely
Not a
ludicrous.
good look.
Let's start there. First of all, I think they need to harp on heavily what he's done. I'm gonna start with student loans for people who went to college, aviation school, CNA, whatever you use, and you had to get money and you had to pay that money back, and now he's saying all is forgiven. That's big. That's huge. That is something. That's probably one of the greatest things he's done in his presidency this far. You know, so instead of elaborating or allowing the Republicans to run the narrative, the Democrats need to take control of the narrative, remind the people of all the things that Joe Biden has done, remind the people how terrible of a president Trump was during the pandemic, throwing away the manual that could have possibly saved so many lives. And I take that personally. I lost five family members in 30 days to COVID. So anytime we talk about that, that burns my, that get my fist grease, popping, because there was a whole manual created to help mitigate such an attack, and Donald Trump threw it in the trash. These are not what they call it, what he calls some sort of evidence, uncredible facts, whatever the word he
Yeah.
used. You know what I'm trying to say.
I know what you're saying.
It's
Yeah.
not that. This is
No,
real. This is
this is
documented.
real. It's
He
real.
threw it away. He threw it away, which caused many people to lose their lives. I got a problem with that. Joe Biden, to the best of his ability, is handling what's happening at the border, because the way the governor of this state, I'm not gonna say our governor because the governor of Florida, the way he handled it by just shipping people to other parts of the country, that was highly inappropriate, highly unprofessional. I mean, he just created more of a problem than what was already here. And what people need to understand is this, and you touched on it earlier, Elder, but I'm gonna backtrack to it now since we're right here. Your local government plays an important part in the rules that govern you and I every day. Meaning that state legislative session that happens every year in your state, they're making laws that's going to govern you. So if your state house and senate is unbalanced, you have a problem. In the state of Florida, it's unbalanced. And it's very evident it's unbalanced by the rules that are on the books. Now, when July 1st hit, I cringed because I knew of some of the new laws that came down the pike, that was made during this 2024 legislative session. Here's what other people need to know too. The Republican governors have all gotten together, and they have the same kind of laws being passed through legislative session anywhere that there's a Republican governor. If you don't believe me, go do your research.
Yeah, it is, and that's the thing that we got to
So
be.
even if their leader or king or whatever they call him these days, even if he doesn't get the White House, he ain't my king.
They still
They're still gonna have enough power to implement several parts of Project 2025. I saw something on one of my friends on Facebook today that said that if Project 2025 gets implemented, people who receive HUD, food stamps. I didn't ever get my food stamps, by the way, just in case anybody said I didn't ever get mine.
They're gonna
Okay,
wipe
anyway.
that stuff out.
But the people who are recipients now,
They're gonna wipe it.
it's gone.
They're gonna wipe it. Now, I'm gonna say this. Now that food stamp thing, I don't think so. They're not gonna mess with that. Why they're not gonna mess with that?
I know.
Because a lot of their cousins, brothers, and uncles are on it. So that if they wanted to get rid of that, they could have got rid of that.
Well, wait now, because remember, a lot of the same people who passed the who were in agreement with Roe versus Wade to be overturned are people who were once benefactors of Roe versus Wade. We ain't gonna talk about it though.
Yeah, exactly. So they're not gonna fool with that. But listen, I'm gonna play. I got another clip that I want to
Where
play.
you get all these little clips from? You like you a
I've been
DJ
working.
tonight.
I got people working with me, girl.
Okay,
Hey,
I see you.
listen.
DJ Elder such and such. I got you.
This one, the anchor, they fact check, buddy. And this is the thing that people killing me. They don't understand. This thing is real. That's real right there. That Project 2025 is real, even though he's lying that he don't know anything about it or he's not using it or whatever. But this is him. I love this clip right here. Hold on. Here we go.
We are in the process of the Second American Revolution, which will remain bloodless if the left allows it to be.
The conservative in charge of Project 2025 calls their efforts to start a bloodless revolution. The project, of course, is the 922-page wish list of actions to fundamentally change the American government, society, and life. This right here is it, the printout of that plan. The vessel, though, that they plan to use to accomplish it is Donald Trump, who now says that he knows nothing about this project, nor does he have any idea who's behind it. Well, that's BS, no matter which way you shovel it. And here is the evidence. First, the WHO. The group behind this project is the Heritage Foundation. It is a group that Trump is not only familiar with, but relies on them for policy advice and guidance. Just ask him.
For nearly 50 years, this legendary institution, which is what it is, has been at the forefront of the conservative movement, helping lead the fight to defend our cherished American history, culture, and traditions. Our country is going to hell. The critical job of institutions such as Heritage is to lay the groundwork, and Heritage does such an incredible job at that. Encourage new thinking, embrace new directions, and keep Heritage at the vanguard of the conservative movement. I think tremendous things are going to be coming out of Heritage. Each of you here tonight, I ask you to think big, dream bigger, aim higher, get ready to work. I know how wealthy the people in this room are, so start shelling out to Heritage.
So just how influential was Heritage in the Trump administration? Well, just listen to Trump's own former vice president.
Heritage Foundation has been fighting side by side with this president and this administration since day one. And we have a stronger America as a result. From right in the transition, we went to work availing ourselves of the resources available from the Heritage Foundation. We laid out plans for this administration. We drew on the scholarship and the resources of this historic think tank.
Now, the man in charge of the Heritage Foundation is also someone that Trump is quite familiar with.
I want to thank Kevin. He's going to be so incredible. Heritage Foundation president, somebody else doing an unbelievable job. He's bringing it back to levels it's never seen. Dr. Kevin Roberts.
And here's how the Heritage Foundation's president described the project, as he literally shared the same stage as Donald Trump.
I'm here, Elder, but we can't see you.
So I'm going to take this opportunity to say, hey, Kevin, it's been great working with you, but I kind of want to go back to work for my old boss.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I'm going to give you
Wow.
an official 10-month notice today. But praise
Wow.
the Lord.
And he said, praise the
Another
Lord.
person involved is one of Trump's closest aides, and he's even clearer about the project's purpose.
I work for the Heritage Foundation on their Project 2025, which is in charge of staffing the next administration should Trump win.
And he's hardly the only loyalist who's involved in this project. So are more than 30 former administration and campaign officials, including Stephen Miller, Ken Cuccinelli, Stephen Moore, Peter Navarro, and Ben Carson, all who Trump would have a hard time convincing us he doesn't actually know.
A great patriot, a great negotiator for our country. He did a tremendous job. Steve Moore is so fantastic.
Steve Moore.
And Steve, I want to thank you very much because you've been there right from the beginning. Wanted to put him on the Fed. A man who is tough and smart and loves our country. He's a real guy. He's a real patriot. Stephen Miller, my friend. Stephen Miller. Former Secretary Ben Carson did a fantastic job. Everybody loves him. I love him.
All right, I'm done. I'm
Listen,
done.
listen, let me run
I'm
down this
gonna
list.
just turn you loose on that.
Yeah, listen. Okay, and I have my iPad right here. He says he knows nothing about it. Okay, so listen. Here are the former Trump officials linked to the Project 2025. Paul Dance. Paul Dance served as the OPM chief of staff under Trump. Rick Dearborn was the deputy chief of staff for Trump. Russ Vought, former OBM director under Trump. Gene Hamilton, former Trump DOJ official, current VP of America First Legal. Ken Cuccinelli, DHS official under Trump. And then, of course, the Dr. Ben Carson, who was the HUD secretary under Trump. Now, what is he doing in Project 25? Under Project 25, Ben Carson is in charge of the HUD chapter. Ken Cuccinelli, the DHS chapter. Gene Hamilton, the DOJ chapter of Project 25. Russ Vought, OMB chapter. Rick Dearborn, Distinguished Visiting Fellow, Project 2025. And then Paul Dans, Project 25 Director. That's like if all my friends, and people know these are my friends and this is my crew.
And you say, I don't know.
And I'm saying, I don't know what they doing.
I don't know what they're doing.
This man is ridiculous. He's ridiculous.
He lies with a straight face.
Amen, amen.
Nobody seen. I don't understand where we are as a country, as a nation, where we have a guy 34 conviction, and he can stand up there and lie, and he's lying. But you would go along and agree with what he's saying and don't have any facts and truth about nothing. I mean, once again, I go back to the debate. Yes, Joe was not at his best. It was bad. But if you really look into it, if you really decipher it and watch and listen, Buddy never answered a question. He never.
I watched it twice.
Question.
I watched it in real time, and I went back and watched it when I was alone and have opportunity to dissect everything that's being said. So let's run it back. According to the White House, President Biden had a cold, and they all agree that it was not his best show that night. Fact, you have Barack Obama, who had debates that were considered not his best, but he ended up being an awesome president. Okay. Donald Trump never answered a question. But 90 minutes, 106 minutes, I don't know. Didn't answer one question. Spoke in circles. Like I said, when President Trump was when Trump was president, we watched a mental health breakdown every time he got on TV. Every time he did an interview, every time he went to social media, we actually watched someone have a mental breakdown right before our eyes through all media platforms, written, visual, what have you.
Yeah.
Unless Joe Biden succumbs to some grave illness, there's nothing that you're going to tell me to make me vote for Donald Trump. That's me, TaNika Bennett, speaking as a citizen, taxpaying citizen, not representing any organization or entity. These are my thoughts. And I say that simply because. What is that? Oh.
That was applause.
Oh, okay. Ooh, that was a rough applause. No, I say that simply because I cannot and will not align myself with a liar. I cannot and will not align myself with a narcissist, a racist, a bigamist, a misogynist person. Period.
What was the
America's flawed as all get out. Let's say
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So we're not gonna pretend like it's just so wonderful here all the time. It's not. However, the strides that we've made should not be eradicated by a small group of individuals who are choosing to try to rewrite history to benefit themselves. And we always say this every election, and I think because we've said it every election, people are like, yeah, whatever, child. They always say this is the most important. I like living inside with AC. I like inside plumbing and toiletries. Under no circumstances will I be outside picking cotton after I've spent all this money on a degree. The way it's shaping up, they want things to be where minorities and marginalized people have no voice.
Right.
Their ultimate fear is if Joe Biden go on to the heavenly gates as president and Kamala Harris, a black woman, would be the commander in chief. I, for one, would sleep well at night because I had a great black mother, a great black aunt, a great black godmother.
But
all the women in my life that are black are
TB,
great. So I would sleep well at night. I don't know why the white people are so upset.
TB,
I don't know why they're
but
so upset.
TB, we got to come to realization that's the back door. That's the backdoor conversation that's going on. That's the back.
It's not the back door. It's
on
Fox News.
No. But what I'm saying about the back door, the backstage conversation is, listen, one thing we ain't gonna do. We're gonna try and make this. We're gonna do all we can, because if this dude goes to the great blue yawning, we ain't letting this sister girl get in there and run us.
Listen, Vice President Kamala Harris just spoke at the AKA Alpha Kappa Alpha, their boule that they had in Texas this past weekend. Excellent speech.
Oh yeah.
People walked out of there saying she should really run, that Joe should allow her to run. But the problem is what I said 5 seconds ago. There are fractions of white America who would lose their mind if she ran and won. But if we know history, black women were the breastfeeders to white babies. So now suddenly we can't run the country, but we can feed your babies?
Yeah. I mean, no, you ain't running this country, but you still got to understand.
I'm just saying, let's be real about it. The black woman's breast was sufficient to give nutrients to little white babies, but now you're tripping about her being president.
I was good enough to breastfeed them. I was good enough to take care of them. I was good enough to teach them how to read. I was good enough to help them with their homework. I was good, but I'm not good enough to be over you. That's just like, okay. That's just like some restaurants used to be, whereas they had black cooks. I can cook, I can work for you, but I couldn't.
And that was dumb. Somebody who I allegedly hate, I'm gonna let you prepare my food?
Yeah,
absolutely not. That's utterly ridiculous.
We want black cooks, but we gonna have black cooks in there. But because we got black cooks, they can work for me, but that don't mean y'all can eat in it.
Yeah.
I'm good enough.
And that's what it looks like the Republican Party want to get back to.
Right. I'm good enough to work for
Yeah.
you, but I'm not good enough to eat with you.
I would love to know from Donald Trump what are the black jobs. I'm a
Hey,
teacher. Is that a black job?
I'm glad you went to that.
the black jobs are killing me. I'm
Now,
like,
I
okay.
got an issue with that though, T. I know we joke about it, but this is my issue with that. Is that right there? If a Democrat was on the national stage and said that migrants are coming across the border to take black jobs, their career in politics would have ended the same night. Yet our entire mainstream media didn't even blink. This is how far we have sunk. That is so true. We kiki on it. We kikied about that, but there was a message. There was a message in that statement.
He set the tone when he was president, when he said that there were certain countries that was S-hole countries. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
He set a tone for being able to say whatever he wants, like in Kuth in class, to his statements. He has set that tone for how he can conduct himself since he was president. So I think for me, that's why I didn't really. I understood the gravity of the comment, and don't get me wrong, but I was able to kind of chuckle, make a joke out of it because I take him as a joke. I can't take him seriously. He said early on, about a couple months ago, that if he becomes president again, we'd be paying no taxes. Now, for those of you that don't know how things are set up, there's several jobs that are paid out through the taxes that are paid by tax-paying citizens, right? So when he made this broad statement about no more taxes being paid, he did not follow up with any solution to how we're going to continue to pay for things that we pay for using tax dollars. And for his followers, I don't understand how they can follow such rhetoric when it's false, it's incomplete, and it doesn't make any sense. It's not even logical. That's my problem with Donald Trump. Among everything else I've said tonight. That's my problem with Donald Trump. That's my problem with his followers. And if you pay attention to the news, right? I'm talking local news now. I thought Channel 10 was a reputable station. But if you pay attention to some of the things that they've said and some of the points of view that have been spout on the network in the last 2 years, I got to question whether or not they still have the same credibility and integrity. Because that Glenda Milberg, and I know that by what she says about teacher unions. Because remember, this whole thing of eradicating unions, period, is a Republican agenda point. You understand? So you have a news commentator who's on there making comments that can be deemed as anti-union. I got a problem with that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I need everybody to not only pay attention to what's going on in the political arena, I need you to be cognizant of where you get your information from. That's why I brought up Channel 10. Because if you get your information from a source that's biased, if you're getting your information from a source that doesn't deliver accurate news, if you're getting your information from a source that in any way compromises the integrity of the news that they put out, they're not a trustworthy source.
Well, oh man, what did I do?
What happened?
Hold on. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that because we have to be careful of what we hear, what comes in our ear. There's one even with MSNBC, there's certain ones that I just don't listen to when they come on because some of the rhetoric they're trying to strive both sides of the fence. and I can't entertain it. But we have to be real careful what's about to happen, what's going on with this, because this is what we might be faced with right here. We might be faced with this right here. This right here.
Anything with the name foundation behind it right about now, you have to pay attention.
You gotta pay attention.
Because listen, the Freedom Foundation is the group that's trying to get rid of teacher unions. Okay.
Right.
The Miami-Dade Education Coalition, they are sponsored by the Freedom Foundation. And this is important to know. And I'm talking to all the educators out there that are about to get those ballots about who's going to represent you, UTD or Miami-Dade Education, Miami-Dade Education Coalition. The Miami-Dade Education Coalition is soliciting to be the bargaining agent for Miami-Dade County Public School employees. But that's not their real agenda, because the Freedom Foundation wants to get rid of teacher unions. And the Freedom Foundation fiscally funds the Miami-Dade Education Coalition. I want you to catch that again. The Miami-Dade Education Coalition wants to be the bargaining agent as it concerns contract negotiations for employees of Miami-Dade County Public Schools. They want to eliminate United Teachers of Dade. The Freedom Foundation is the sponsor of the Miami-Dade Education Coalition. The Freedom Foundation wants to get rid of all teacher unions. So ask yourself this: why is a group asking for your vote to represent you when they're being funded by people who don't want you to have any representation? Wow. Make that make sense. Yeah. Right. Yeah. That part.
But hey, listen, we have to be so aware of what's going on, man. But as I titled the post on this morning on the day, what we got to ask ourselves, what's happening, what's going on now. But we, T and Dr. Jackson, we have to continue to tell the truth, and because the truth gonna set folks free. That's what we have to continue to do, because when we see stuff like this, that's straight breakdown. And I mean, you can hit on that one, T. I mean, this is a breakdown. Nobody want to deal with it.
Listen, I don't know if you all can see it to really read it, but I need you to understand anything that represents equity, fair labor, this man is not for that. That's why he's on the picture waving and looking just as content and simple as he wants to. Because as long as he could get people to believe that this will make things better, and not realizing that everything that's listed there is going to make many lives worse, then that's what, like, for example, cut Medicare. Well, I've already paid into it because I've been working since I was 17. And when I get old, I want my money. Raise prescription drug prices if they're not already high enough. End the Affordable Care Act. So those who can't afford health care in this country,
eliminate the Department of Education.
Right. Because they want to privatize public education across the country, not just in the states they're working so diligently to do that now. End civil rights and DEI protections in the government. Ban African American and gender studies in all levels of education. Use the military to break up domestic protests. End birthright citizenship. Mm-hmm. Additional tax breaks for corporations and the 1%. Well, who is the 1%? Right. Come on now. End no-fault divorce. Complete ban on abortions without exceptions. Yeah. So nasty uncles who around here bothering little girls and end up making them pregnant, you can't do nothing about it. Okay. Raise the retirement age. It's already 67.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 46 next Wednesday. If you raise it again, I gotta work till I'm almost 100. That's not what I signed up for.
Yeah. I mean,
And, wait, hold up. This one right here. And free and discounted school lunch programs. Defund the FBI and Homeland Security. So he talks about, listen, he talks about immigration and all these things, but you're gonna end that?
Yeah,
because everybody can just float.
You know why?
And float the coke and everything here with no problem.
But you know why? You know why because he's gonna build his own. He's gonna build his own FBI. He's gonna build his own agency.
Ain't nobody buying no weed or no coke from Donald Trump.
He gonna create it.
Chaba, okay.
Now he gonna create.
I know that's what he want to do, but
yeah. I mean, listen what he said. He said that he's gonna take over 4,000 military people and employ them to the border.
Oh, wait a minute! I just saw one on the list. Mass deportation of immigrants and incarceration, and incarcerate them in camps.
That's day one.
Chaba.
That's day one. That's day one. So, and you want to tell me we're not supposed to pay attention to people? Like I said, I hear this right here. I got you, brother. I got that. But works. I mean, faith, man. I trust God. I believe God. I got hope that He's gonna see us through. He's gonna take us through. But there's sometimes that God just tells us that it's just some things that we need to do.
Let me tell you something.
I said it today that I understand God is in control of all, and God will see us through it all. But there's times where God gives us the ability to make decisions about the things here on earth.
Listen, God, and Jesus is not a punk. Let me start right there. Jesus was not a punk.
He didn't play with the
when he turned over them tables.
Yeah, not only that.
I have a joke about the rod and the staff. It says the rod and the staff, they comfort me. I also think sometimes he had to use that rod and staff to put some people in their place. Hello, somebody.
Yeah.
My personal interpretation of the Bible. I don't have any credentials. Just my interpretation.
I told you, evangelist.
Here you go with the funnies.
Yeah, but that's my thing. There's just some things that I believe, and I told somebody that today, that God gives us the ability to make decisions about things that's here on earth. That's what Jesus did. Jesus dealt with the Sadducees and the Pharisees and all those. He took care of them. He handled them. He didn't allow them. He straightened them out. And I think it's just sometimes, I believe that God is in our favor. I believe that God can be with us. God will keep us. God will take us through. But also, God said in His Word, we should trust Him with all our heart and lean not on our own understanding, but He would direct our path. So Him directing our path is in us, in telling us the right decisions that we should make. That's just my thing. So that's where I am with that. I'm gonna stick to that. I'm gonna be with that. And I just, I would thing with folks being so deep and spiritual. I got it. You don't have to tell me that. I know God is in control. I know I'm not serving. We don't serve democracy. We serve the Savior. I understand that. I got that. But there's still some things we have to fight for as here on this earth.
Yeah, exactly. Amen.
He's not going to come down from heaven and do it himself. He just says, sometimes the Lord says, it's just some things y'all can do for yourself. I know He said in His Word, call on Him and He would answer and He would show us great and mighty things. I got that. But He also said that there's just some things that we can do. When He made a statement that faith without work, He was telling us that we can have the faith, but we still got to put some work in.
That part.
It's just some things we can do for ourselves. We don't have to sit like, well, he gonna handle it, child. I don't need to go. I don't need to go do this. I ain't got to go fight. I ain't got to go march. God is gonna handle it all for me. No, that's not what he's saying.
That's not what he meant.
I know he's in control. I know he got me. I trust God that he's gonna cover me. He's gonna keep me, even if this fool get in the president in the White House. I believe God gonna keep me. But there's still some things that I can do here on earth with God guidance.
Right. Yes.
That's what he said. He said, trust in him with all our heart and lean not on our own, but acknowledge him. So I have to acknowledge him that he's going to direct me and give me and help me make the right decisions here on earth.
Correct. Yeah.
That's me. So that's that. We're there. We're gonna keep talking. We're gonna keep saying what we got to say. And hopefully people start hearing it and understand that this thing is, I think if we get enough people in this community, in this state, in this world. I got a friend that is very, very they are very like complex because it's tough on them because they work in the governor's office. And so they're limited, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta keep them lifted up in prayer.
What they can say.
That's a horrible place to work right now.
They're limited in what they can say and what they can say in public and how they can speak out. And I've been praying that God somehow release them because trust me, they would be like the pit bull on some of these issues, but they have to kind of it's tough. It's a tough place for them. So I pray for them. I pray for them daily. I ask folks to pray for them because they're getting to a point where it's hard. It's hard to keep quiet because there's some folks in their office that clear people that's in their office, and they're just whatever that man blew out his mouth, they're with it. So and it's hard for them to. And can I say this? We are the most. I don't know why. Well, I know why, because we was raised in. We're the most compassionate and forgiving folks in this world.
Yes.
Why is it, TB, that we have a problem where we don't want to hurt people's feelings? We're more concerned about people than they are about ours.
Okay. Because sometimes some of us. Yeah, I'm about to say, sometimes I don't fall into that category.
Some of us.
You poke this bear and I'm a maul you.
Yeah, some of us.
Yeah.
Some of us.
But you know what? That's our makeup as a people, collectively. You know, I think it's like when a parent disciplines you, unless they've just lost it. No parent is ever trying to intentionally hurt you when they give you direction and correction, okay, when you're being disciplined. And I think because Black people are extraordinary. We know our strength. We know what we could do if we ever push to the limit. The problem is that some of us have gotten complacent. There's a certain level of complacency and apathy that exists, and it's almost become a dominant behavior when it wasn't always a dominant behavior. And having self-control, having restraint doesn't mean being complacent or apathetic. It just means knowing when to use what is in your toolbox at what time, at the appropriate time and place.
Wow.
And I think that we've lost some of that because we've gotten complacent and comfortable when we should have never gotten complacent and comfortable. When you talk about the civil rights movement, I've said this more than once here, and I'm going to say it again because I want one of these preachers to come through and really do something and say something and really speak up. You study the civil rights movement. The backbone of the movement was the church. And here's the thing. I don't know if you watched the movie Rustin. Not all of them got along. All Martin Luther King and
Yeah.
Slick and all them other folks, they didn't always see eye to eye. They didn't always get along, but when they were before the public, they were united front.
Right.
And they had their disagreements
Behind doors.
behind closed doors. But the church played a pivotal role in the movement. But the church these days, and I'm talking about the church collectively, not individuals, not your pastor in them, but collective clergy, collective ministerial folks are too quiet for my taste.
Well,
All that's happening right now, they're too quiet.
I thought
How can you deliver the word on Sunday and then Monday through Saturday see what's going on and not address that too?
I thought the good doctor and I kind
She
of
said she did that at her church, and that's great
bro,
for her church. But she
yeah,
also
but
said that there's some of them are compromised.
yeah,
They've been bought and sold. She said that too.
so T, that's the answer.
But
That's
that's
your
gonna be the
answer.
answer the whole time.
That's
Is
the
everybody gonna
answer.
be bought and sold?
Some of them can't speak out.
I'm glad I know God for myself,
Some
child.
can't speak out. So those that
I'm glad I
those
know God for
we,
myself.
but what we do need, we need more that can speak out. Those that can, that's able to, that's not bound, that's not whole, don't have change on them because
Right.
they're locked in. But we need more that can to speak out, to be more voiceful, to come together.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So hey y'all, this is South Florida Live Podcast.
Oh, it's
Hey,
about that time.
we are 9:18.
Okay. Okay. That's
Yeah.
cool.
But it's been good. It's been good. T say, boy, you got your clips today. Uh, I mean, I got good people that be sending me stuff, and they send me some good stuff today. But hey, we gotta keep talking to you. We're gonna
Yes,
keep
we will.
sharing it. We're gonna keep talking to the
Now,
people.
next Wednesday is my birthday, so I'm expecting you to send me a cake over here before we
Oh,
start.
huh?
Huh? Your audio didn't go out.
Huh?
I said my birthday next Wednesday. I'm expecting a cake or something to be delivered to my home before this podcast.
That's way down south. I don't know they delivering it
Way
down
down south. Well, yeah, like you sending it across the water or something. Don't do that. I don't like people do that about down south.
there. You
What
way
Andre 3000 said, the South got something to say.
you way down in
I'm in Kendall. Don't do that. I'm not in Homestead. I'm in Kendall. It is a 27-minute drive from where you are to where I am. Don't play.
27 minutes.
27 minutes.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Right. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yes. Anyway.
Yeah. Hey, okay, so when is your birthday? Okay, we got you. We
July 17th. And you know what? It's actually a
Oh,
Muslim
you
holiday.
July 17th?
Yes, sir.
My mom's July 17th.
That's why I'm such a great person. See? That's
Yeah,
how you love me.
my mom. So I'm gonna celebrate that. She's not here, but I always try and celebrate it. I
Of
go out
course.
and change her flowers and stuff on the grave.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I have a brother that his is July 16th.
I have several friends is July 16th.
Yeah.
My favorite uncle is July 19th. So it's a lot of great people born in the month of July.
Yeah, we got one tuned in now, Dr. Felicia Whipple. That's right. Send her a cake. We celebrating July birthdays.
Thank you. Thank you. See what I'm talking about?
I owe her too. Okay, we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. Even though y'all forgot about March, y'all didn't get nothing in March, but that's okay.
Did
March
you tell
coming
anybody it
next
was your
year.
birthday?
Yes,
Hold on, wait a minute. Did you tell
yes,
anybody it was your birthday?
yes,
And I didn't say
yes.
nothing.
I did. Cause
Hold on, I didn't say nothing.
remember y'all was tripping that I was celebrating the whole month.
Yes, yes. See,
Yeah,
we acknowledge that. We
yeah.
love you.
That's it. Jesus. Well,
Listen.
it's a
Listen,
hard, boy.
closed
It's
mouths
hard.
don't get fed. You didn't ask for no cake. You didn't ask for no edible arrangement. You
I
didn't
didn't
ask for
ask for
nothing.
that stuff. Oh my
Yes, yeah. In
God.
this economy, you gotta
And
ask.
y'all say y'all love me?
Yes, but you gotta let us know what's up. Cause I mean, you might be on a diet or something. You might be doing the
Do I
keto,
look,
like my sister's doing
do
it
I
right now.
look like I'm
Keto.
on a diet? Come on now. I'm a
I mean,
fat
but
boy.
you keep yourself in shape, you
I'm
know.
a
So
fat boy. I ain't in no diet. No fat boy ain't on no diet. talking about we got you for Christmas. Okay, all right. I talking about she got. Okay, I'm gonna hold you to
Amen,
that. Doc.
amen.
I'm gonna hold you to that. All
Now
right,
she
listen,
do the
y'all.
snow.
Hey, this has been the South Florida Live Podcast with my host, man, TV, the evangelist. Hey, y'all, listen. We got to pay attention. We got to keep aware. We got to be aware of what's going on. This thing is so crucial, people, because we're coming down to the latter days. Hey, we got what? 4 months. 4 months. 4 months to get it together. So once again, those that don't know the dates. Oh, we got one more thing. Right there. That's very important, y'all. July 22nd, deadline to register and update your party affiliation. August 10th, early voting begins, and August 20th, primary election. Hey, y'all, listen, we got to do this. Hey, there's one more thing. I forgot. You can tell us about this. She's a guest speaker, y'all. Again.
Oh yeah. So I've been invited to speak for the organization called Swing Fi Swing. They're having a national conference here in Miami on July 18th, the day after my birthday. And I'll be the keynote speaker for their first event of the weekend's conference. So it's a free event. If you have the time, you have the time and availability, come out. I don't know what I'm gonna say. So you just got to be there to see it. You got to be there to see it. I was very humbled because it's a national organization that's not based in Florida.
Okay.
And they only have one chapter here in Florida, but they're out of the Midwest somewhere. But they reached out to me and asked me to speak. They said they heard about me, whatever. So I'm going with it, you know. So I pray that their conference next weekend is great, and I hope that I'm giving a word to give them to encourage them to keep doing the work that they're doing. So that's that.
I'm sure the evangelist got a word for the people. I know she do. The Lord.
Stop telling these people I'm an evangelist.
Lord is gonna speak.
Somebody out there gonna believe
you. He's gonna speak to your heart. He's gonna send you a word. He's gonna send you a word for the people.
Listen, I want to send me a word, but I don't want to be having no kind of congregation. I don't want to be responsible for no parishioners. I don't want that responsibility. I read in the Bible many years ago that those in leadership and ministry are held to a higher level of accountability. I don't want to be held to a higher level of accountability. I want to be normal accountability like everybody else.
Right. That's it. Okay. All right, evangelist. Okay. So Thursday, July the 18th. 5:30 to 7 p.m.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
All right. Hey, we wish you well on that. We know you're gonna do well. So that's no word. That's no words. All right. There we go. Hey, T, appreciate you. God bless you, man. Have a good day tomorrow with the kiddies. What's your hours?
8 to 2.
8 to 2. Okay. All right.
I got K through 5.
Ooh.
K through 5. Oh, baby.
Definitely playing for you.
Listen, I got all this black dye around here these edges tonight because my edges are turning white as a sheet of paper right here.
Yeah, I definitely.
In these 7 days I've been with these kids,
I'm definitely.
My edges turn white as a sheet of paper.
Ooh.
Yeah,
all
but
right,
they absolutely adorable though. Our kids are adorable.
Yeah. All right. Peace and blessings to you, baby. Good night. Hey, y'all, you've been locked into the South Florida Live Podcast with my great host, man, TaNika Bennett. And hey, listen, y'all, we got to stay awake. We got to stay on this. Those that have been viewing, watching us tonight, please share with those that was not on, someone you know, a friend of yours. Tell them let's be engaged, let's be empowered, let's take let's just be aware of what's going on. It's a storm brewing, it's a storm coming, and we got to prepare ourselves for this storm and this battle. It's a fight, and I don't care what nobody say. This is just me, how I feel. We're not fighting for our rights, we're fighting for our lives. So let's keep fighting. Don't give up the fight, and turn around and tell somebody, we shall win. We will win. God bless you. God keep you is my prayer. I'll pray for you. You pray for me. Y'all, let's watch God change this around. Blessings.
Email your idea for show topics to the South Florida Live Show at gmail.com. Thank you for tuning in to South Florida Live with your host, Jeffrey Brown.